Hello, this is Catherine from Accelerated Reader, reading books for you. Today, I will be reading Chapter 5 from Five Sisters, Warriors of Finella by Kathy Marwin. Before I begin reading, I would like to give a big thanks to the author for sending me this book to read on my channel. In the description below, I've included links where you may find and purchase this book. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Chapter 5. Lou was already very far away from the castle. The chances of someone finding her here were slim. She had some food and clothes with her, and she carried her sword on her back. She was walking on a strange forest road that led to a village called Nero's Village. The air was clean and warm, while the breeze carried some green leaves. The birds joyfully sang a pleasant morning song, and a small stream flowing nearby could be heard. The sun was slowly rising, illuminating part of the forest with its yellow warm rays. The atmosphere was completely relaxing, and it seemed as if the forest itself was waking up from a big dream. Lou watched everything around her. Otherwise, she loved natural beauties, especially the sea coast. At the moment, she was in the woods, not on the seashore, but she was still enjoying these new beauties. She thought about how the king and queen reacted when they realized that she had left the castle. She was also interested in what Princess Isabella was doing now. But then she remembered her past monotonous life, from which she had finally taken a step forward. She no longer wanted to think about the past, but wanted a new future. She soon reached the village itself. The atmosphere suddenly changed abruptly. Instead of sunlight, the village was covered in thick fog. It was even a little cold. She had a feeling she had already experienced this. Lou walked slowly through the village. There was no one outside. Only a terrifying silence. She had a reason why she came here. She came to look for another sister who was mentioned living in a village near the castle. Lou believed she could be in Nero's village, and that's the reason she was there. Suddenly, an old woman appeared next to her, holding on to her wooden stick. She looked at Lou with a mysterious look. "What are you doing here? Are you lost or looking for someone?" the old woman asked Lou with her trembling voice. "I'm looking for someone. Could you perhaps help me?" "Oh, of course, but I will warn you that it is not safe here. Danger lurks on all sides." "Don't worry about me. I know how to defend myself. After all, I carry my sword with me," Lou said confidently. "All right, but be careful. Now tell me who you are looking for." "It's a little complicated to explain. I'm looking for a girl who they say is very dangerous and mysterious." I think I know who you're looking for. I'm sure she's in that inn right now," the old woman said, pointing to an old wooden house. "Oh, okay. Thank you for everything." But suddenly the old woman was gone. It seemed like she just disappeared. "Strange," Lou muttered. Lou decided to enter the inn. She was even a little scared, probably because she knew what kind of people gathered in inns. When She stood in front of the entrance. She took a deep breath. She was ready to get in there now. She calmly entered the room that was occupied only by men. Everyone stared straight at her, as if seeing a woman with a sword on her back for the first time. They probably did see more women like that, of course, but not as awkward one as Lou currently was. She walked calmly to a table. Then she sat up and froze a little. She wasn't very comfortable with everyone staring at her. Then 3 men came up to her. They didn't seem very peaceful. "Look who came to us," said one. "I don't know. Some girl who thinks she knows how to use a weapon," the other one said sarcastically. "Guys, let her talk. Come on, introduce yourself," said the third one, laughing insidiously. "What do you care who I am, you bastards?" Lou snapped at them. "Oh, so what kind of lady are you?" the first one challenged her. "I'm the not interested kind of girl," Lou said angrily. "Ah, I see. You came to look for trouble." The third one got angry. Lou wanted to take her sword at the moment, but couldn't find it. One of the 3 men took it from her, and she didn't even notice in all that confusion. "Oh, are you looking for this?" the man said, holding her sword in his hand. "Give it back to me. That belongs to me," Lou said angrily. "It's not yours anymore." But at that moment, something unexpected happened. A palm-sized metal spike flew straight toward one of those men. It didn't hit him, but it got stuck in the wall. Everyone in the inn froze abruptly. They seemed to know what had just happened. Lou didn't know that, and she didn't assume anything. She also froze abruptly. Then a strange girl came out of a dark corner. Lou was really stunned by her appearance. The girl had short, thick black, neat hair cut into a bob with bangs, and icy blue eyes. She had a large scar over her right eye. One side of her face was all dirty, while the other one was completely clean. She also had natural gray-purple full lips, but also a very stern look. She was dressed in black and purple clothes, but what stood out the most was the fluttering gray skirt that didn't fit her stern look at all. She also wore thick boots, black and purple striped pants, purple gloves, and a black leather jacket. In one hand she held a hand fan that was made entirely of metal. Lou had never seen such a hand fan before. The girl herself seemed strong, but it was hard to say if that was really the case. "Leave her alone!" the girl addressed the 3 men. "Sure, we'll just listen to you. Who are you to tell us what to do?" The first one got angry. At that moment, the girl punched the man in the face with her fist. He screamed in pain. It was obvious that the blow was quite strong. "So, does anyone else want to feel the pain?" the girl asked angrily. One of the men dropped the sword from his hand, and then all 3 quickly rushed out of the inn. Lou was still frozen. The girl raised the sword and handed it to her. Thank you," Lou whispered. "It's nothing. These were some amateurs," the girl responded. Yes, you obviously have experience with such situations. Of course. By the way, my name is Zita, just so you know. I'm Lou, she said, and shook hands with Zita. What are you doing here? And who are you anyway? As soon as she heard the question, Lou decided to do the same thing she did when she met Anna Loken. I come from distant lands, and otherwise I am a great warrior and adventurer. I came to find the first sister of the legend of the 5 sisters. I've never heard of that legend. Anyway, let's go to my house. It's safer there, so you'll tell me the rest. Soon they reached Zita's house. The house was very messy, and the papers were all over the floor. It was obvious that Zita didn't really care much about tidiness. When they were comfortably seated, Lou read the legend to Zita. So, that's the legend of 5 sisters. Very interesting, Zita said. Yes, it is. And I came here to find the second sister from the legend. Do you know who it might be? I think I know that person. Moreover, we are very close. In fact, it's like we're one person. I do not understand. Who is that? Oh, you're one of those who don't understand at first. Well, I am that person. Are you serious? I mean, the description isn't extensive, but in a way, you fit it well. I knew I had a better purpose in life. I had a reason to leave my family. What? You left your family? But why? Zita stopped for a moment. She didn't seem to want to talk about it, but Lou really wanted to know her story. Come on, you can tell me. Trust me, we are sisters after all, if the legend is right. Oh well, Zita agreed. It happened a few years ago. Ever since I was a child, I have been forced to suffer injustice. My parents adopted me, and I was their 4th child. Namely, they were nobles, rich, respectable people. The most important thing for them was to look nice and create a good relationship with other esteemed people. Therefore, they wanted to teach me to dance. It was one of the traditions of our family. But I wasn't gifted at dancing. I tried to practice those steps for days and nights, but I failed. Also, they wanted me to be neat and clean, to wear formal clothes, and to know how to wave a hand fan well. All those things didn't really interest me. I preferred games or challenges. My mom used to say I had to act like a graceful lady, but I didn't want that. She was very angry with me and didn't want to talk to me at all for a while. One day, the idea of an interesting weapon came to me. I decided to make a metal hand fan that would look just like the ordinary ones, but would actually be a good weapon. When my parents found out, they said I was ruining our family's honor. I got angry, took my things, and fled into the unknown overnight. I didn't know where I was going or what I was supposed to do. I just knew I was going to start a new life. So that's what actually happened? You left because they wanted you to be something that you were not? Lou concluded. Yes, I see you understand, but now I have to forget it all. I am one of the 5 sisters, a warrior who will protect Finella. So, do you want to come with me and find a 3rd sister? Zita paused. She looked around. Then she took one of the bags and put a metal hand fan in it. "Let's go," she said. Thank you for listening. Stay tuned for Chapter 6. Don't forget to like and subscribe. In the description below, I've included links where you may find and purchase this book.